Hi, I'm Marky.
And I'm Andrew.
And this is the Happy Everly After podcast. Hi, and welcome to the Happy Everly After podcast. Another solo today. That's going to happen a lot, so just get used to it. Today's episode is kind of like crazy, and it's probably going to be a quick one because it's just introducing what's going to happen, and it hasn't happened yet, and I'm really excited about it. So I decided to do ketamine. Bling! Ketamine. That's what the bad broadcasted. Anyways, so I heard about this place from the Bad Broadcast and from Weekly Trash podcast, and I both respect those women so much, and they've both done ketamine treatments, and I feel like I'm not so sure on Maddie's. She's the Bad Broadcast, but I know that with Josie Van Dyke, the Weekly Trash podcast, I know that she has suffered from depression and anxiety basically her whole life. And it really is something that I have thought about doing for years and years. But I kind of just haven't had the balls to do it because it's kind of I wouldn't say it's taboo necessarily, but it's just an alternative route to go on. So basically, ketamine is a drug that some people take it recreationally. I would never do that. I'm going to go into an office where they make me comfortable and cozy, and they have the dosage exactly for my weight and things like that. But basically, let me read the definition of it. Ketamine is a dissociative anesthetic used medically for induction and maintenance of anesthesia. So a lot of you have probably had ketamine if you've had surgery and needed to be put under. And then they said it's also used as a treatment for depression and pain management. So basically, the reason why I'm interested in it is I've always suffered from depression. My anxiety is different. I don't mind my anxiety. I know that sounds so cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but my anxiety fuels my OCD, and my OCD keeps my house so clean and pretty. And I don't mind that. It doesn't control my life. It doesn't bug me. I want it. But I have depression, and I would say sometimes it gets severe. To be completely honest, last year, and if you go back and listen to some of the podcasts, I address it, I had the worst 2 or 3 months of depression. It was clinical, meaning it was for sure in my brain, but it was also because I had 0 vitamin D in my body, number 1. Number 2, that goes along with sunshine, fall and winter. I love it so much, but it can affect my mental health for sure. And last winter was kind of a doozy. It wasn't a good winter at all. But my depression, it gets so bad, and I hate that I have 0 control over it. I hate that I can't just get up, wash your face, you're good, go for a walk. I remember going for a walk, and that was the only thing I did that day because I was so depressed. And normally, my true self of a person, I'm so happy. I am so happy. I love humor. I love laughing. I even use dark humor. So I'm happy enough that even when I'm depressed, I use dark humor. That's how happy of a person I am. Okay. But last fall, I went into such a deep depression. I I know it's associated with mono. I do have mononucleosis. Yes, the kissing disease that you get in high school. I do have that. It does affect me at times. Like I have flare-ups. It's kind of a cold sore that pops up sometimes, and it's annoying AF, but it happens. And when that happens, I really do like have a hard time picking up my arms to like fix a meal. Like, oh, sorry for that noise. Fatigue, you guys. Like I cannot function. I'm so tired. And I know that my mono flare-ups have a lot to do with my depression, because I just feel like I'm not doing enough, and I just feel so bad about myself, and I always get this huge rash on my face, which mono rash is a thing. Look it up. It's not as common, but I get it on my face, so that's fun. Point of the story is my depression is definitely clinical. It runs in my family, and it's really hard because it doesn't matter if you have everything you could ever want in your life. You still feel so sad. You just feel so sad, and you feel so out of control, and you don't have control over your body that's moving like molasses, even though your brain wants you to climb out of it. It's not possible. And so it's so hard. And I know that like people will preach self-help, and they'll be like, go take a walk, put on makeup. Yes, get out of bed, shower for the day, put on makeup. Love that for you. But if you have clinical depression, when you are so sad and so miserable, for what reason? I have a lot of reasons why I could be sad, but I choose not to. I choose to be happy. You guys know that this podcast is where I talk about being happy and sad at the same time. I literally, last fall, there were a couple months where I was so sick and so miserable that my neighborhood friend group fed my kids. That's a true story. My neighbors stepped in. My friends that live down the street and who love me and care about me so much, they have PTSD if I don't text them back for very long, because they're nervous that I'm in a depressive state. And that's not normal. Like, that's not okay. And again, last fall was so bad. It was just so bad, you guys. I can't even put it into words. It was just so hard. So ketamine is something that I've really been interested in the last couple years, because it's not like ayahuasca where I have to like go to Puerto Rico and spend $10,000 and like sit with the shaman and like go on this acid trip. Ketamine is a drug that, when regulated, could be and can be very helpful for the neuro pathways in your brain. So the research I've done on it, it really does help people with PTSD symptoms and depression and anxiety, where it basically helps heal those pathways in your brain. And there are things from my past and my childhood and my young adulthood that have been really hard. And then as an adult, I lost a child, and that was obviously very traumatic. And I've always kind of been against therapy that gets rid of the trauma that I have with Everly, because I want to have that. I know it's so terrible, but it's kind of just like, I want to feel that pain, because that pain means I loved her so much. And so for the last couple of years, people have been like, you need to try this type of therapy, and you need to try that type of therapy, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, like, I witnessed my daughter die. I saw them call time of death. Like, I was there and I saw it, and I want to feel that pain. I want to feel it because I'm a psycho, maybe. I don't know. So, point of the story is when these influencers and podcasters were talking about these ketamine treatments, I was like, is it my time? Like, is it finally my time that I try to heal these neural pathways in my brain that are ski-wampus and make me so sad? And I think it's time. So, me recording this, it is a Saturday, and I'm going to do my ketamine treatment on Monday, and I will share as much as I can. Like, I'm happy to share the experience. It's interesting because the Weekly Trash, Josie Van Dyke, shout out, I love her. Love. She's been so real about her ketamine experience and how she was expecting like freaking just a plethora of wild experiences to be on this hallucinogen drug or whatever. And she literally just says, like, during her treatments, she just feels like she is getting a warm hug and she's so relaxed and she feels so loved. And she's like, she hasn't had this big, like, huge experience. And I think that's so beautiful. I think that's fine, because even when she's feeling that love and that amazing experience, her brain is healing, you know, and that's just my 2 cents on that. But you guys can do your own research on ketamine. Like I said, it's definitely taboo or just a little bit out of the box type of therapy. But like, I love therapy. I love my antidepressants. I love my psychiatrist picking apart my brain. I am such a huge advocate for all of that. I literally just look at these treatments as another tool to help my brain heal from the trauma that I've been through. Yeah, so that's all I'm going to say about that. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. And I'm going to try really hard to document it and keep y'all updated. But please let me know if you have any questions and wish me luck, right? Like, because if you've heard anything about it, like, it can be a little crazy. So anyways, wish me luck. I love you guys. Thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.